And welcome back, everyone, to the Gamble Pavilion as we get set for second half action. I think the question, at least in my mind, Sherry, is what is Gino Auriemma going to do to get Carrie Bascom away from Andrea Mangum? Or can he?
Exactly. That's what I was wondering myself, because Carrie is player of the year, averaging 21 points per game. She has to be more in the offense. As you can see, they're 3-3 when trailing at halftime. But if Carrie can get more in the offense, and if not, have the other players get more involved, then they'll be much better off.
Providence is going after championship number 1. They have failed their first 3 times, including last year to this same UConn team. As we get underway now, second half action. Crowd trying to get UConn to pick it up a bit. Trailing by 6, the Huskies are. Lamb in for Patterson, watched by Van Giem. 14 shot clock. And
once again, Andrea Mangum closely guarding Carrie Bascom.
9 on the shot clock.
It's almost like a shadow.
Davis for 3. Rebound, battled for. Liss had a hand on it, and finally Lamb comes down with it. Lishness.
Set it back up.
Still can't get the ball into Bascom. Now they do try to power in against Mangum, and Mangum will pick up the foul. Mangum came up with a block against Lori Johnson right at the end with 3 seconds left in the semifinal game against Pittsburgh, as Providence held on there 89-88. Well, that time she got a little body.
Well, there you see Carrie going around the baseline side. She's real quick. She has that drop step.
Six points for Bascom, who, as we mentioned earlier, had 32 in the loss at Providence last month.
Carrie's also an excellent foul shooter, leading the Big East with 90.4%.
But it's just 50% that trip to the line. Stephanie Cole. First offensive possession for Providence here, second half. Dottie Van Giem, first shot she's missed in the ball game. Patterson, who's had a tough shooting night. Lamb misses the three-point attempt. Evans hustles up for Liss. Liss cut off by Lamb, who got a piece of it. And Laura Lishna starts back for UConn, off for Wendy Davis.
It was an excellent defense by Chris Lamb. She stayed right with it, did not give Tracy Liss any open space.
Lamb with a free shot. Rebound taken down by Dottie Van Giem.
Well, that's what we used to call go out for coffee, when someone gives you a fake, and Tracy reacted that way.
20 on the shot clock. Providence has played an excellent game. Shawnia Evans.
Very deliberate.
Foul will go on Bascom.
Working the ball inside to Dottie, as we said in the open, when they do set up for half court, you got to work it into Dottie because no one can play her. There you see Patterson going on the outside, Carrie Bascom coming over just a little bit late on the inside help.
That bucket counted, by the way, for Van Giem. That's 13. I thought she might have been fouled beforehand. But Van Giem now with a chance to complete the three-point play. That's exactly what she does. 14 points for Dottie Van Giem, and an 8-point lead now for the Lady Friars of Providence. Carrie Bascom.
Well, this is an important series for Connecticut.
He's always saying how much the first couple minutes of the second half mean, and basically the first couple minutes of the second half have gone much like the first half has gone. They're calling, the officials need to be calling a little tighter. As Cole picks up the foul, her first, second team foul. Neither team was in the bonus in the first half.
Connecticut working it around, going inside to Laura. Stephanie's over the back.
Kathy Ferrier.
Tempers flaring a little bit after Kathy was running up the floor. Dottie from downtown.
Three-pointer misses. Lishness now will come back for UConn. It's up the soft right-hander. Ferrier missed the rebound. It got away from Evans, saved by Davis, off for Lishness. UConn with the ball, trailing by 6.
Let's see, they're going to bring Carey down low, see if they can work it in.
Davis misses his shot. Bascom had the rebound. Davis now puts it up. Still no good.
Getting awfully physical underneath there.
Foul will go on Mangum.
Actually, it's an offensive foul.
No, it wasn't on Mangum.
Chris Lamb. Chris Lamb, very physical. And that time she got caught.
Well, we have 17:07 remaining in the ball game. 40-34 for the Friars. They're up by 6. Liss comes in. Bascom will take a seat.
I'm sure it will not be for long, though.
Debbie Bear in the ball game for UConn. Interesting matchup in the Big East Championship game. Not much to choose between the two schools. Foul will go on Bear for blocking.
Good call by Phyllis Devaney. Debbie Bear did not have position.
Debbie's first foul, third team foul on UConn, which had only 4 fouls the entire first half. And now for Shawnya Evans. It probably won't get there tonight. Pattison continues to have a tough shooting night. Bensey with the rebound.
Well, that was good sound defense by Dottie. She just stood there, she kept her ground, and she kept her hands up. She did not bring him down for any kind of foul.
What's hurting UConn right now, Pattison has had a tough shooting night, plus Davis has gone a little cold. They needed that bucket right there at the Lishnas because Bascom hasn't been scoring. Lishnas has given them some much-needed offense. She had 3 answer baskets in the first half. They needed 2 points desperately there, and she got them for them. Mensah getting it over for Shawnya Evans. Van Geem is fouled by Ferrier.
Providence just got to keep throwing it inside to Dottie. Shawnya finding the seam, and Dottie knows what to do. She takes it strong. She's creating contact too.
Gets the shoulder.
Gets the shoulder in there, but Kathy has to maintain her ground. As you can see, she jumped with her. And that's clearly a foul.
At the line for Providence, Dottie Van Geem shooting 2.
Now Bascom is in there along with Ferrier, so they got the big lineup in there now up front.
Dottie is 76% foul shooter. Hit 2 foul shots with 10 seconds left to go in the game yesterday against Pittsburgh to put them up by 1, and that was the deciding point.
Dottie Van Geem now has made her way to the 16-point figure in this one. A 6-point lead again for the Lady Friars with 16 minutes to go in a ball game.
Once again, you can see Providence just dropping back, letting Debbie Bear handle the ball outside, which is not a shooting threat.
Lishnas misses the shot, got her own rebound, puts it up, misses that, and Magnum goes up. Took a crack across the forehead. Mangum getting it ahead now for Shawnya Evans. Bob Coles, Lady Friars of Providence, have played an excellent championship game. What a beautiful hook that time by Dottie Van Geem.
And that
she has 18 points.
That was a left-handed hook shot, and Gino calling a much-needed timeout.
Well, the clock stops with 15:30 to go in regulation, and Providence is up by 8 points. Back with more after this.
Right now, US Air is offering low fares on some very special seats.
Well, the hook shot definitely comes in handy when you're inside. Here's Dottie Van Geem. Look at this. 2 players coming down on her, and she manages to get the shot off only because it's a hook shot, and she shoots that so well, Bob. Already with 18 points tonight. This shows you the importance of coming out early in the second half and shooting, making some ground.
Lamb will put it up for 3. It's long. Van Geem with the rebound, has position on Ferrier, and off now for Shawnya Evans. Bear missed the steal, let Evans free for the shot. She canned it.
3-pointer for Shawnya. Connecticut has to really score down in this offensive series because you can't let Providence get too much of a lead because then they start the momentum. Evans had it, knocked it free, and traveling called on
Evans, the ball belonged to you. No, it must have been a travel call on UConn.
Travel called on Kathy Ferrier.
So Wendy Davis comes in.
Wendy Davis, the shooting threat, the three-pointer.
Madison is also in. Ferrier goes out along with Debbie Bear as it's now a 9-point lead for the Friars. They have a 9-point lead and the ball, 11-point lead in the ball, 47-36.
Connecticut has to play the good defense. See them looking inside to Dottie.
Kick that time by Lishnas. Ball still belongs to Providence.
And a new 32nd.
This is as good as we have seen Providence look this year.
Providence is playing on top of their game. Of course, Connecticut yesterday against Boston College was playing on the top of theirs.
UConn needs some scoring now as Lishnas will bring the ball down the floor for the Huskies. They've got to get it to Bascom. Bascom's got to do something. Patterson, that'll help.
Patterson at 5'11", going right inside at Dottie. Providence is playing very disciplined. They're working the ball around, looking for the open shot. Usually we see them, as you said, they come down and they take some shots. There's Tracy Liss finding the opening from outside.
Liss has 9 points. And it's back to an 11-point lead the other way. Lishnas scores and draws the foul.
Laura playing heads-up basketball. She's dribbling down. She sees the break. Providence kind of fell asleep on that one. Goes right between Liss and Van Geen.
And the foul went on Van Geen. It's 3 on Dottie. 3 team fouls now on Providence as Lishnas goes to the free throw line. UConn needs the points. Mangum will rebound. Shawnya Evans. Mangum, who's played so well defensively, takes it in offensively. Missed the shot, gets her own rebound, but will pick up a foul in the process.
Well, Andrea didn't like that one. There wasn't that much contact, but she did go over the back. Carey with a good position for the defensive rebound.
Foul on Mangum, her second, 4th team foul now. Team fouls even at 4. Here in the second half as Lishnas works against Helen Mency. 9-point lead for Providence.
Lizzie Carey's outside.
Lamb watched by Tracy Liss, finds Patterson. Patterson moves in the paint, puts up the shot and misses. She's now 2 for 11 from the floor in the ball game. Has 4 points, a basket so far in each half. Van Geen puts up a 3-pointer. Dottie Van Geen has 21 points.
And that's her second 3-pointer.
And it's a 12-point lead for the Lady Friars.
And it was Shawnya Evans who set the pick for her. Give her a little bit of extra space to shoot that.
Patterson watched by Liss. Patterson in the paint. Had it knocked away, taken away by Mency. Mency ahead now for Evans. Evans got the dribble high, staggers through, but is charged with the travel, so the basket won't count. And Connecticut still cannot find Carey Bascom. Bascom has 6 points in the game. 5 in the first half, 1 so far in the second. As Lishnas takes it to the hole and draws the foul.
Well, once again, Providence, wake up. You know, the ball's inbounds, and Laura Lishnas just dribbles up the court, and Providence isn't even ready.
That foul will be on Dottie Van Geen, and that is her 4th.
Well, not a smart play by Dottie to take that foul that time, knowing that she
Or
had
last
3.
time.
She probably should have let Laura Lishnas go and have the 2 points. At this point, I'd rather have Dottie in the game than 2 points on the board.
Lishnas hits the free throw. 14 points now for Laura Lishnas. Van Geen, of course, has gone to the bench with 4 fouls, 12:27 remaining.
And it's a 6-foot freshman, Cheryl Dottelin, that comes in for Dottie. Megan getting a hand on it.
Bob Foley looks a little worried despite the 11-point lead as he has Van Geen on the bench. Shawnya Evans finds Andrea Mangum. Off now for Stephanie Cole.
It's interesting how the teams react because yesterday Providence pushed to the limit a 1-point game in the last seconds. Connecticut easy winners over Boston College. It's interesting how they both respond.
Foul will go on Pattison. It'll be her second. It'll be the 15th foul on UConn. It'll put Andrea Mangum at the free throw line. Mangum with 7 points so far in the ballgame. They've all come in the first half.
Yeah, but give credit to Andrea.
Oh, yeah, what a job she's done on Carrie Baskin. She thought he working so hard defensively that it may have affected her offensive game. But really, that's no matter in this one. She has completely sealed off Carrie Baskin, averaging 21 points a game, Big East Player of the Year, 2 years running, 32 points the last game. As you look at Kathy Ferrier coming in and Pattison going out.
Well, you see Gino operating with Dottie on the bench. He figures he might as well get some height in there, see if they can work things around inside and get some rebounds.
Mangum getting the second free throw. 8 points now for Andrea. And it's a 53-41 lead for Providence. Wendy Davis on the left wing. Back now for Laura Lishnas. Off for Lamb. Here's Ferrier. Or Bascom, rather, trying to take it in. Bascom will draw the foul as it will go on Mangum.
Well, Carrie finally touched the ball, and she's forced the action. Got a foul out of it. She's go to the line. That's what she has to do. They find her inside with a nice bounce pass, and she takes it strong to the middle.
Actually, the foul was on Daudelin. Mangum smacking the backboard with the base of the backboard, but the foul went on Daudelin, her first. As Bascom finds a way to get to the free throw line. 7 points now in the game for Carrie Bascom. 14 points under her season average.
Well, you can never count her out. There's still 11 minutes, 58 seconds left. She has the ability to shoot those three-pointers just like that.
So a timeout on the floor, 11:58 to go. It's a 10-point lead for the Lady Friars. We're back with more from the Big East Championship game right after this.
Providence opens up a 10-point lead, as you can see, and here's one of the reasons why. They're running the fast break, but this is what we call the secondary fast break. Shania passes it out to the trailer, Dottie Van Giem, sets a pick, and Dottie fires away with the three-point shot. Dottie with 21 points, but right now she's sitting on the bench with 4 fouls.
But the UConn is shooting just 22% this half.
And you look at, here's one of the reasons why. 0 for 4 for Connecticut from the three-point stripe.
UConn is 4 for 18 from the floor. Providence 5 for 11 so far here in the second half. Evans for 3. Bombs away. She hits it. Evans now with 10 points in the game. That's her second three-pointer, and a 13-point lead now for Providence. That'll ease the loss of Dottie Van Giem as Lishnas misses. Bascom trying to save the rebound, crashes into the chair and over the bench. Bascom is hurt at the other end as List puts up the shot and scores. Bascom is still out of the game as she went crashing right through the fence and then hit the front stair over on the far side.
Yeah, all you can see are her legs through the chairs. We take it, just a superb hustle. You can see she never stops. It's difficult to see.
See if we can get it from this angle. She really goes in there hard, and then she lost it. Well, we'll lose it there. She went right through the chairs, and then there's a stair coming down from the fold-out bleachers. And she hit those as well.
Carrie getting slowly out. Probably asking her kind of questions like, do you know where you are? Do you know what day it is?
Go, Lady Friars!
I have no idea what she hit, whether she bumped her head or bumped her knee or lost her wind or exactly what. But we'll take a timeout here with 11 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, and Providence up on top by 15. Want to remind you of his copyrighted telecast produced by the authority of the Big East Conference, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or account of this game without the express written consent of the Big East Conference is prohibited. Carrie Bascom is okay, although not in the ball game right at the moment. Kathy Ferrier getting it over for Wendy Davis. Knocked loose inside, and a foul is called. But right now, the Huskies are trailing by 15, 10:56 to go. It's not been a good night for Carrie Bascom, and she's out of the ball game right now.
Well, now it's time for the Connecticut team to really pull together. They're going to need it now without their star player, their franchise player, out of the game for the moment. We'll keep you updated.
Lishnas is having difficulty at the free throw line tonight.
Connecticut really has to pick up their defense. They're going to say, come on, guys, no easy shots for Providence.
Providence got to use the clock a little bit, get the good shots like that one from Stephanie Cole, though she didn't hit it. Daudelin overshot the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Providence with 10:31 remaining.
Both players dusting the floor a little bit there.
That clock reset at 30. Connecticut with the ball, or Providence rather, with the ball and a 15-point lead. And now for Mangum. Mangum getting it over for Evans. Back for Mangum. Easy layup, but it won't go. But she followed, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and will draw the foul.
Well, it was a great play. Shiny Evans sees Andrea cutting backdoor. Once again, there's that back screen play.
Her third personal.
And Andrea getting it, going for the reverse layup.
Mangum has not had a good offensive night or a good shooting night, but she has had an outstanding defensive night that probably has turned the tide in this ballgame.
Definitely. She's one of the key players for the Providence team. She's been that way all season long. That's why she's first team Big East.
Foul, by the way, was on Pattison, her third.
If she doesn't do it offensively, then she's going to find a way to do it defensively.
And Mangum hits both free throws. Mangum now has 10. It's a 17-point lead for the Friars. Carrie Bascom comes back in the ballgame. Limping a little, but back in the ballgame.
Shows you what a tough kid she is from Epping, New Hampshire.
It is now or never for UConn. Up now for Lishnas. UConn has fallen down by 17 points on their home floor. Debbie Baer off now for Chris Lamb. In for Bascom. Bascom leaning in, gets the bucket. Bascom up off the floor literally. Now has 10 points. And there's 10 minutes to go.
And now you see Debbie Baer picking up Evans before she gets over half court, adding up a little more pressure.
Cole. Daudelin draws the foul. I think Bascom got her as she came down the baseline.
Both teams with their team huddle here.
Connecticut foul on number 24, Carrie Bascom. Her third personal. Team limit. At the line for Providence, Cheryl Daudelin.
Cheryl Daudelin, just a freshman, but getting some playing time.
Been a factor, too, although Providence has outplayed them in most areas.
Providence hitting their foul shots. Connecticut missing 50% of theirs.
16-point lead is Cheryl Daudelin. Missing on the second attempt. Bascom with the rebound. Bascom playing a gutty ball game. Off now for Debbie Baer.
I wouldn't say it's time for Connecticut to really shoot the three-pointers, but they do need to get back on the board with some good shots.
Lamb misses. Bascom rebounds to the basket. No good. Bascom with the rebound. Puts it up in. Draws the foul.
Well, I don't know. Getting hit by the chair kind of woke up Carrie Bascom.
Bascom has 12 points and will go to the free throw line to try and make it 13.
Well, since she's come back, she's gone very strong inside. A little bit of spin, but she stays with it.
Carrie Bascom shooting one.
Made the last 4 points for Connecticut. Has a chance for a fifth.
Foul is on Mangum, her third. Both teams, by the way, are now in the bonus. As Bascom starts inching her way to that season average.
You may note that Dottie Van Diem is still on the bench.
But it's still a 13-point lead as Evans dishes off now for Liss. Back out for Cole.
And Providence taking some time off the clock. Providence has so many weapons, though.
One of which is Tracy Liss getting it over for Stephanie Cole.
4 seconds on the 30. 3, 2.
2. Evans puts it up. No good.
It's
But Cole comes up with a rebound. Clock reset. Tracy Liss with an easy one. Won't go. Bucket suddenly has closed for Providence as Laura Lishnas down the other way. Lishnas dissing back. Lamb puts it up for 3. Good. Chris Lamb, her first points in the second half, has 13. And suddenly the Huskies have come from 17 and cut it to 10. Foul will go on Patterson. And that will be her 4th. And, of course, we're in the bonus. So Mangum will be going to the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1.
Well, that was a case where Megan knew where she had to be. She was just a step too late. Here's the senior Chris Lamb, wide open. You can't let Connecticut shoot those 3-pointers. Chris Lamb's the 2nd in the Big East 3-point percentage. And nothing but net. Putting him right back into the game. It's now just a 10-point ball game.
Mangum has hit 3 of 4 free throws on the night. She has 10 points.
You can feel also that the intensity level has increased about 2 levels. Connecticut back playing the intense defense that they usually do play. They had a nice little 5-minute lull there since we came into the second half.
Providence got to start shooting again, too.
Well, without Dottie inside, they're looking to see Andrea setting up low now as opposed to the high post.
Stephanie Cole along the baseline tried to dish back, picked off by Davis. Here's Chris Lamb.
Another turnover, and Connecticut's inching their way back into this. Will only be a matter of minutes before Dottie is off the bench. Coach Foley can't afford to have her sit there.
Here's Bear. Rebound taken down by Mangum.
Bear doing what she had to. She had the open lane, but it just wouldn't fall for her.
Tracy Liss.
Taking a second look at it.
Mency explodes along the baseline, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Cole inside, puts it up in and draws the foul. Big offensive rebound for Stephanie Cole. And boy, that one hurts the UConn cause.
Helen Mency showing how quick she is on the baseline. Goes up with a right-handed runner. Stephanie Cole, weak side rebound. Strong play. At 5'7" to get inside there, somebody didn't box her out.
And Bascom draws the foul, her 4th. So Bascom with 4, Dottie Van Giem with 4. Bascom will stay in the game with 7:31 to go. As Cole drops the free throw, Cole has 8. We go back to a 13-point lead now for the Friars with 7:30 to go. Megan Patterson comes back in.
Every possession is crucial for Connecticut.
Bascom goes back to the bench. Debbie Bear. (18) on the shot clock. Mency got a hand on it. Lamb takes it in. Lamb tried to dish it off for Davis. Back for Lishnas. Lishnas' shot is short. Davis has the rebound. Banks it off the glass. No good. Rebound taken by Patterson. Up. That's no good. Finally, Tracy Liss controls for Providence. Off for Shawnee Evans.
Nothing seems to be falling for the Huskies.
Evans bumped by Bear. We'll get it back out for Tracy Liss. 6:45 to go. Liss. Andrea Mangum for 3. Rebound taken down by Davis. Neither club is shooting well right now. Debbie Bear.
And Connecticut has to push it up the floor.
Lishnas, nice move along the baseline. Rebound by Liss. Stolen by Bear. Saved by Patterson.
Almost re-stolen, and it is.
Finally, Evans chasing it down. Here's Tracy Liss. An easy layup, and Liss will get the bucket. 13 for Liss.
Sonia Evans goes diving on the floor to save that, and Tracy Liss was right with her.
Back to a 15-point lead for Providence. Time running out. Carrie Bascom getting set to come back in the ball game. And we're going to get a timeout with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Right now, the Lady Friars are in control.
Circus, the last shot. Washington, 2 seconds.
Well, the ball seems to be bouncing in Providence's way tonight. They got to steal, but Shania Evans right there with another one. Wendy Davis goes diving after it, and here's Shania Evans saving it. Diving pass to Tracy Liss. Both these teams extremely well coached. They never give up.
UConn needs points. Davis takes it in. Doesn't get any, though, as Mangum comes down with a rebound. Off now for Shania Evans. UConn has gone cold. Very
cold. How cold? 24% from the field, 7 for 29.
Not going to win many ball games, particularly a Big East championship game shooting like that.
And particularly against the number 20 ranked Providence.
Tracy Liss, 15 points, making it look easy. Back to a 17-point lead. Second time the Friars have led by that many. Davis's three-pointers. Bascom to the hoop. Pattison puts it up.
Nothing is going. They've had 3 shots that time, and it didn't work.
And Lamb picks up the foul.
Get just a little bit of sense of desperation from Connecticut. A little frustration. They've had the shots, but they just haven't fallen.
It started this way early in the second half, and the shooting really has not picked up.
Well, there's one shot for Wendy Davis. Baskin with the rebound, second shot. Megan Pattison, another rebound, third shot. And then here's the foul. Chris Lamb reaching in on Shania Evans. The well is run dry for Connecticut right now.
The three-pointers, which could help them. That's 12%.
Well, they're accustomed to hitting those. As we saw from yesterday, they hit 7 out of 10 in the first half.
Dottie Van Giem is back into the ball game to make matters worse for UConn. And Shania Evans hits the front end of the 1-and-1. So they being Providence, enjoys its biggest lead of the game at 18 points.
Well, for Providence, you want Shania Evans on the foul line, 84%. And Dottie knows she has 4 fouls, so she's just not gonna. She's gonna have to take that little aggression away and not challenge defensively.
Wendy Davis now for UConn works against Evans, a 19-point lead for the Friars. And the ball also belongs to Providence as Ferrier couldn't handle it. So the game pretty much belongs to Providence right now as long as they play.
Well, I think they're going to start to sense that it's their game. And I don't think they're going to let this one get away from them. Connecticut really has to stay in it.
It looks like
come down and get some either easy baskets or maybe hit a couple of three-pointers.
I say it looks like UConn has had its run. It made it. It got within 10 points. Right now, it's gone back up to 19. They cut it from 17 to 10, but it's back up to 19 now and threatening to get worse. As the foul will go on Pattison, and that'll be her 5th. So she has fouled out of the game with 4:53 to go.
And I think Gino's beginning to sense that it might not be their championship this year.
22 straight, 2.5 years of winning Big East basketball on their home floor, but it's about to end tonight.
And that is certainly an amazing record.
Tough night for Megan Pattison.
Sophomore, we'll see her next year.
Tough night for the UConn Huskies. Andrea Mangum, who has had so much to do with this apparent victory for Providence at the free throw line, now has 11 points. And she gets them both, and it's a 21-point lead. 12 points for Mangum. To give you an idea of UConn shooting, Pattison is 2 for 14. Wendy Davis is 2 for 11, or 2 for 13, and Lishnas 6 for 16 in the ball game.
Well, you can live and die by the outside shot.
Bascom bombs away for 3. Ferrier charged after the rebound belonged to Daudelin. Taken away by Lamb. Now Ferrier puts it up. And there's a lot of contact under there as Lishnas now doing some pushing with Mency. But it's really desperation for UConn. They're just crashing because they're down by 21 with 4.5 minutes to go and nothing's going in.
Nothing is going in. It's very frustrating. They're not used to being in this position.
UConn has already set a school record for victories with 25. Providence needed the extra one, the 26, which they're apparently going to get tonight, to win not only the Big East Championship, but also set a school record for victories and, of course, qualify for the NCAA tournament.
Well, it's interesting that Gino said yesterday, to win the Big East Championship is really for the bragging rights and for the pride. of the Big East. Both of these teams will probably, well, the winner will definitely get into the NCAA, and the loser, at this point it seems like it will be Connecticut, will also get into the NCAA by virtue of their record and an at-large bid.
At-large bid, best of 48 women's teams. As Mency hits the free throw, Mency now with 4 points in the ball game and a 22-point lead for the Friars. Daudelin comes out. So they've got Evans, Liss, Mency, Van Giem, and Mangum in the ball game.
I think Providence, as we mentioned before, is really playing on top of their game. I think they seem to be peaking at the right in time for postseason play.
UConn 7 for 36, 19.4% this half. Ferrier will improve the percentages a little bit. So we mentioned the three-pointers aren't going, the regular shots aren't going, the layups aren't going.
Good
Fair.
defense.
And the possession will go in favor of Providence on the tie-up. 4:09 remaining.
Debbie Bair coming in from the weak side and double teaming Evans.
Yeah, I don't think either one of these clubs are in any danger of not making the NCAA field with 25 wins against some pretty good competition.
Seton Hall might have had a chance by virtue of their excellent record. However, they lost in the quarterfinals, so that will probably put them out.
Evans getting it back out now for Andrea Mangum. Mangum back for Evans again as we go inside 4 minutes, 3:55 to go.
I have been impressed with Providence's patience, though. They have looked for the good shot.
Evans misses the three-pointer. Ferrier with the rebound. Off for Bair, pushing up for Wendy Davis.
Wendy Davis will take that.
Off the hands of Bascom. Picked off by Mency, fouled by Lamb, and the foul on Lamb will be her fourth. And so Mency will go to the other end and shoot the 1-and-1 again. Providence obviously has had an excellent season at 25-4. When we've seen them, sometimes they look like they're a little overly hurried on offense. That has not been the case tonight.
No, not tonight. Bob Foley has had them primed, ready to go for this game.
And what a job. I'm not sure what Bob did in practice to get Andrea Mangum ready to play against Carrie Bascom, but the defensive matchup was a genius. As Bascom goes out, Bascom has scored 13 points. Most of them came after the game was already decided. In the first half, she was held to just 5, and that really was the story of the game for the most part, was Mangum's job on Bascom.
Anytime you can get the star, the franchise player of the team out of the action, it really hurts your team. Whether someone else scores the points or not, it's just the way you score them. And Connecticut is used to Carrie Bascom scoring over 20 points per game.
Mangum will draw the foul. Although with Bascom not scoring, and obviously with the shooting percentages that we've been passing away, the rest of the players have not taken up the slack. Fourth personal foul on Mangum. Davis goes out. Lishnas comes in for UConn.
Of course, Connecticut has nothing to really be ashamed about. They came in here, and then well just kind of ran dry. You can't always hit those shots. Last night they were unconscious.
They see Wetzel at the free throw line shooting 2. Getting some championship game experience, just a sophomore.
Gina will have to get him regrouped, ready for the tournament.
UConn loses one starter, that's Chris Lamb. Providence loses Mangum, Van Giem, and Mency. Mency and Cole sort of flip-flop for the 5th starting position.
Well, I tell you, if this is a year for Providence, they have to do it now. They have the right chemistry. They have the inside players. They have the outside shooters. And I think really, in all honesty, that they can compete against some national teams.
Shawnee Evans now has 14, 22-point lead, 76-54. Debbie Bair. Ferrier with the rebound, back for Bair, off for Lamb. Lamb puts it up over Mency, won't go. Rebound taken down by Cole, off now for Evans. Getting a hand on it was Lamb, but deflected out of bounds. Ball belongs to Providence with 2:49 to go. I know you've done some games on the West Coast, seeing some of the teams out there.
Well, I honestly do think that Providence matches up very well. As long as they can keep everybody healthy and out of foul trouble, I think they have a good shot of getting pretty far in the tournament.
Ball belongs to UConn.
Connecticut, as good as a team as they are, I think they do miss that true inside person. Bascom is what they have listed as the center, but she likes to play outside.
Timeout on the floor now with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And the Lady Friars should pretty much have it on cruise control. They lead by 22.
Today, U.S. Air pumped 3 million gallons of fuel.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Gamble Pavilion, which is not going to be a happy little pavilion tonight because the Huskies are trailing the Lady Friars of Providence College 76-54 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
Well, this has certainly been a great rivalry this year. Well, Providence certainly not shooting the light out of the
They haven't had to.
44%, but Connecticut at 20%. That's not enough to stay with this Providence team.
Bear back out now for Lamb. 15 points for Chris Lamb, 76-56.
Well, one thing you can be assured of is that even with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left, the Connecticut's not going to give up. They're not that kind of team. They're going to, I think, they'll pick themselves up and they'll come out fighting for the tournament.
Cole launches a three-pointer. Lishnas grabs the rebound for UConn. Yeah, but you can tell by the faces they know what the result is.
Yes, they certainly do. There's no question about the result.
Bear getting it off for Lamb. Lamb launching a three-pointer short. Rebound comes down to Evans. It's amazing how many rebounds she gets. I realize that was a long one, but for 5-2, Dottie Van Giem puts it up, draws the foul, and will go to the free throw line.
Well, you mentioned earlier that it didn't look like the Friars were going to get to their average of 88 points. Just a little bit under at this point.
But it's been surprisingly easy here in the second half for Providence. They led by 17. Dottie Van Giem got in foul trouble. UConn made its run, got it down to 10, but that's as close as it got. Quickly, it was back up to 19, and it's been as high as 22. Right now, it's 20. Chris Lamb is the only starter who will not be back next year for UConn.
And both coaches taking out some of the seniors and starters. And I think Providence, the happy bench that they're going to be, is remembering last year, where last year they were the unhappy bench.
Well, Providence has come now 4 times to this, the Big East Championship game, and it's the first time that they will walk away with the trophy. They lost by 11 points to St. John's in 83. Lost 71-60 to Villanova in 86. Lost 84-65 in the championship game last year to UConn. And will reverse that this year as Dottie Van Giem has run her point total to 22.
Well, this is Chris's last game at home. She's had a great career here. Bob, I think one of the toughest things for me to do after I finished my career, something you don't think about, was really to take off your uniform for the last time. It's that last home game, the last game, and especially if you lose it.
But, of course, there is the NCAA tournament that should lie ahead for Chris Lamb.
Yeah, but there's only one team that ends up on the winning note. And there's Dottie, had a fabulous year, fabulous game tonight. 21 points.
22 points.
I'm sorry, 22 points.
Bear from the free throw line. Ferrier reaches over everyone and picks up the foul. And so we'll walk down the floor with 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining. And Shawnya Evans and Dottie Van Giem are very happy. They're number 1 in the Big East. Now they'll try and see what they can do nationally.
At the line for Providence, Cheryl Daughter, shooting 1 and 1.
They'll be cheering in Wisconsin tonight.
Daudelin hits the free throw. That's her second point in the ball game. Daudelin runs her total to 3, a 23-point lead by Providence, which is getting close to its 88-point season average.
We'll see a lot more Kathy Ferrier.
Daudelin picked up the foul, her second. Will put Kathy Ferrier on the free throw line, the 6'3" freshman from Bristol, Connecticut, whose sister Lauren is a volleyball player.
26-4. That is a fabulous record.
Ferrier can shoot free throws too. 5 points for Kathy Ferrier. So I'd imagine played some volleyball too. Don't know that for sure. Ferrier has 6 points and a 21-point lead now for the Lady Friars. Stephanie Cole against Debbie Baer.
Well, they had a great crowd here at Gamble Pavilion.
Ran a good tournament.
Both the women's SIDs, Barbara Koval for Connecticut and Bernie Caffarelli for Providence, did a fine job giving us all our stats and handling the media. They deserve a lot of credit.
Now, Barbara was a little nervous before the game. I told her, don't worry, tomorrow it'll all be over with. But she had her game face on before the contest. Responsible, of course, for the whole tournament, and has done a fine job.
There's Debbie Baer taking it all the way to the basket. Something we like to see Debbie do a little bit more. And she finishes it off nicely with a three-pointer.
Lishness goes out. You're looking at Pam Rothfuss out of Coventry, Rhode Island, a 5'7" sophomore in the ball game now with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. Providence just a little over a minute away from its first Big East championship. Anne-Marie Kennedy.
Basket by Anne-Marie Kennedy.
Providence has 81. UConn has 61 with 45 seconds to go.
I mentioned the attendance. They had 4,137 people here tonight, and that breaks a Big East record.
Run a fine tournament, and this the newest building in the Big East. And of course, now all the fans here in Storrs can look ahead to the men playing at Madison Square Garden this weekend. UConn getting Seton Hall in the quarterfinals on Friday.
Lots of Providence players getting some good minutes. Maura McDonald, just a freshman, 5'6" freshman.
Ferrier picks up the foul. Hasn't gone right tonight for Gino Auriemma, but he, of course, had the championship last year.
Well, actually, Gino didn't coach last year. There was a little mix-up in the schedule, and he was suspended from the championship game. It was Chris Daly who brought the Huskies to a championship. And Bob Foley doesn't look quite happy there yet, but he looks content.
He'll be happy afterwards.
There's 23 seconds left. He has to keep his composure.
Or McDonald hits the free throw. 82, and sticks at 82. Debbie Baer now will bring it up for UConn.
Debbie Baer, sophomore. We'll be seeing more of her next year as well. You have a lot of young, good talent on this Connecticut team.
Andrea Mangum, who I think if I had a vote for MVP in this ball game, I would pick her. It was her defensive job on Bascom. And I think set the stage for a lot of this as Kennedy misses. Wetzel rebounds, and the championship belongs to Providence College as they win it by a score of 82-61.
Well, certainly well-deserved. They came out, they played their ball game. They kept control of the tempo. You know, it was almost one of these perfect games. They didn't have any lull.
And so once again, the final score, Providence winning the Big East Championship, the final. The Lady Friars of Providence 82, the Huskies of Connecticut at 61. So long from Storrs, Connecticut.
Setting her up. If this is the electric chair, you talk about Devastation Incorporated. She's got her up and drops her right down on that back.